Parents shouldn't expect emotional support from their kids no matter how old those kids are. That's something that our couples therapist said pretty early on with our couples therapy, and I thought that was a little cuckoo at first. My understanding had always been like, sure, when kids are actually kids, parents shouldn't rely on them for emotional support because they're kids. But once you're both adults, like, that's different, right? Slowly over time, I have come around to agreeing with our couples therapist on this. And the biggest thing for me was understanding how deep attachment goes and how that impacts our relationship with our parents forever. Because our brains and nervous systems never reach an age where they go, oh, I'm an adult now. So even though this brain formed and this body formed, fully believing and knowing that I need this person to approve of me and like me and adore me in order to be my best, healthiest, safest self. It doesn't just wake up at 18 and stop desiring that or feeling like it needs that. And because of that, there will always be a power dynamic between you and your parents or between you and your kids. And in the same way that it would be unethical for a supervisor to get help, like emotional help, from a lower level employee, or for a therapist to seek support from their client because there is inherent power imbalances there, the same is true for adult, child, and parent relationships too. That is not to say that they can't ever share any sort of emotional content with their kids. Like, sure, but there's a difference between like mentioning something that happens to have like emotional content versus like having a bad day and going to the kid, or just bottling up all of this stuff that they need to vent about and then venting about it once they're with the kid because they don't have maybe a partner or friends or a therapist or whoever else to help them meet those needs. And so they really rely on their kid in the sense that like they really need that conversation or that hug or whatever from their kid in order as like a pillar of how they cope with their life. And just because the kid will always feel like on some level I really need or want mom and dad to approve of me, to be okay so that I feel okay. All these other things, like a parent venting to you about their problem is always just going to feel a lot heavier to a kid than like a friend or a coworker or a like true equal adult relationship venting about the same thing. It's just instinctual for us to feel too responsible for our parents. And so that makes the emotional support a lot more burdensome and heavy